Hey everyone, going to give you a quick tutorial on how I'm using iOS shortcuts in iOS 12 to have my daughter and us able to do some quick entries into Nightscout. We're on Dexcom G6 and Omnipod, no looping or anything, so bolus entry, basals, carbs, all that stuff is manual entry, and this just makes it super easy. So first I'm going to give you a quick example of what we do, and then I'll show you how I do it. So if I swipe left, I've got some shortcuts up top there. I'm just going to do a quick entry. Let's say she has some carbs and it's a snack and she has 15 grams. Hit OK. It says success, and you can see it appear there on the Nightscout page right there. Entered by, and it'll show the iOS device that it came from. So that's my phone. That's it. I mean, the things that we have, I'll hit it again to show you. We've got carbs only, bolus only, temp basals. Like temp basals, you can go in and you can choose 5 units an hour. And if you just hit 60 for an hour, well, I'll go ahead and do it. There you go. Then you can see on the Nightscout page, it just added the temp basal. Before I go any further, I'm going to go delete those because I don't like bad data. Okay, so how do you do this? This uses API calls or calls to the API. I made a copy of my shortcut and removed my API key and site and stuff. So, and I'll figure out a way. I think I can share this through iCloud, so you can just download it, but and then customize it. But you do have to kind of understand the idea behind scripting. So for me, variables, variables, variables. Use variables. It will make it easier than retyping your website, retyping things. Just use variables wherever you can. There's a bunch of tutorials on YouTube about shortcuts. Go watch them. This one is specific to Nightscout. So, okay, and I'm not going to go through everything because it's just too long. I mean, I'm just going to scroll through real quick and show you how long. I don't expect you to see this stuff. I just want you to get an idea of how long this is. See, so okay, so just a quick walkthrough just to give you some examples of some things you can do. First, I define some variables. I define a reminder list because when we do a Dexcom sensor restart, I set a reminder on our family reminder list for 2 hours and 15 minutes later. And that way, on mom's phone, my daughter's phone, we get a little pop-up that says, time is up. Get the receiver and get it to you, and let's continue the restart. So that's what that variable is. This is where you put in your Nightscout site and your API key, and then here's the start of the program. This is our first menu choice, and you can take these and drag them around and put them in whatever order you want for, you know, your kid or yourself, and you can share these very easily. So if you're maintaining it for somebody else, you know, it's easy to do. But, you know, here's a menu, and then like carbs only, then you get down here and here's the carbs only section. I have another menu. What are you doing? Meal, snack, low. This is up to you. You can do whatever you want to do. And then you ask a question and you put the results into a variable. And I put that into the notes section. Here's another question. Ask for input. How many carbs? It's a number. So that pops up on the screen automatically. Numbers and decimal points and all that stuff. So once I have that information, then call to the website. And you can see the little blue things like entered by, the blue pill looking things. Those are all variables. So you want to use variables wherever you can. See, otherwise you'd have to retype your secret in all kinds of places. And also, please don't comment and tell me my scripting abilities are off. I'm just sharing this so that you guys can understand that you can do this with Nightscout. Um, this is really just a demo. I'm playing with it, and I'm going to redo the whole thing and put in error checking and some other things. But anyway, so then I get the results of the call to the website, and we'll use that later to test to see if it succeeded. If she chose bolus only, here are the questions for that. How many units? Call the website. If she chose temp basal, I ask her how many units per hour and for how long. Set some variables there that go into the notes. Call to the website. Get the results. So you can see it's just a beginning to end scripting language that's all graphical. It's very easy to play with and test. Let's see what else we do. If she's only testing her blood, here's some quick buttons. So if she does a new Omnipod, or restarts her sensor or puts in a new sensor. So let's do that. I'm going to go back out and run it and do quick buttons at the bottom there. And I'm just going to do, let's see. Okay, you can see on the Nightscout site, cannula age is yellow because her pod is 2 days old. So I'm just going to say new pod. Done. Now those refresh a little slower, so I'm just going to hit refresh in the browser. And you should see yep. So now her cannula age is 0. New pod. So I'm going to go delete that entry so we don't have bad data again. Okay. Back to looking at the demo thing. Let me go all the way down to where the pod is. You can see how this is kind of hard to deal with because it's so long. Okay, new pod, sensor restart, new sensor, Now, if she does sensor restart, then I get the current date. I add 2 hours and 15 seconds, I think. 2 hours and 15 minutes, sorry. And put that into a variable, and then add a new reminder. At what time? What list do you want to put it on? What verbiage do you want to have it say? So that's pretty handy. And you can do all kinds of things. I'll show you some of the stuff you can do. And then we make the call. And then this is the end of the program. It checks the results. And right now all I'm doing is if the results contain 2018. Because if it gives an error, it doesn't give the date of the entry that was made. So, and if it fails, then send a message. Put your phone number in there. And actually I should change that to a variable. See, there's a good thing. And then it gives you the log results. So that's a quick demo of it. Some of the stuff here I'm going to do create a shortcut. Here's just a sample of some items that you can do. You can work with your calendar, you can work with your contacts, you can work with location services, health information, music, photos. I mean, there's just so much stuff you can do with this. Measurements, sending messages. This is not everything you can do. This is just kind of the default. When you start searching, you can put items into a favorites list. I have a lot of favorites on my iPad, so but you can see, I mean, all this stuff you can script with. So anyway, that's a quick demo of what you can do with oh, let me show you this real quick. Okay, I'm going to edit on the top right, the little slider bar things. That sets some settings for the shortcut. You can do add to Siri. I'm not going to demo it right now. And it'll let you name it. So you could do stuff like name it check BG. And you can have, in fact, I think I have one there. Yeah, Becca's BG. I think she may talk here. I don't know if we'll hear this. It probably crashed because I have it plugged into my computer. But you can say, you know how you could say, I'm not going to say it, the HEY Siri, because then it'll do it on my phone. And then you could say the name of the shortcut, Becca's BG, and then it can speak back what the BG is, or the results of your entry. You could say, you know, log carbs. So you can use Siri to call these things, but we don't do that. We use the widget toggle here in the middle, show in widget. That way, from the lock screen or from here, you could just swipe left and there it is on the top. So, alright, that's a quick demo. I'm going to see if I can get this shared and linked out, and I'll post it to the Facebook group and go fight some high blood sugars apparently. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.